Hello everyone, this is the second long video I've shot today. I haven't been shooting too many long videos, shooting more shorts. It's been really hot. First we had all that rain, all that snow, so I couldn't go outside and show exercise. Then now we've had a lot of heat. It's been very, very hot in California, Arizona, I guess New Mexico, Nevada. It's probably been, they say it's been hot across the United States. You can see down here, there's Sweetie Pea. She's resting. Let's see here. She wants to sleep. There, we'll put her in there. There she is. There's Sweetie Pea right there. Chloe's on the floor because she found a couple pieces of dry cat food. So that's where she is. You might hear her chewing here in a second, or she might jump up. I don't know. You never know what that dog's gonna do. But anyway, this video is called the American Plan. The American Plan, the American Plan, I guess, American Plan. Everyone always asks me to give them like two things to do. You just tell me two things to do so I can take off this weight. I was on set the other day, 2 weeks and a day ago. I was sick. I had food poisoning. That'll take off weight. But I did get food poisoning the night before. Then I had to get up after only sleeping maybe about 3 or 4 hours, drinking ginger ale and Pepto Bismol and trying to get rid of it the night before. The Modium ADs. So I then the next day had to go and drive about an hour drive. I stopped one time on the way up, make sure it's okay. Went up there, filmed. Very, very, very good day. A lot of money, good food, a lot of fun. Real super easy day. There's a very small call and a lot of money. So I had to do it. I would have done it if it wasn't a lot of money, if I could, because when you promise someone you're going to do something, you want to go ahead and do that. Especially in the acting business, because they can replace you pretty quick if they need to, or not use you again. So I was able to do that. Hopefully I did a good job. I was sick. So on that set, people were asking me the same thing. Can you tell me what to do to get this weight off? I'm a woman. I'm 80 pounds overweight. I said, well, I was a man and I was about 120 pounds overweight, maybe a little bit more, depending on what chart you look at. If you look at the UK chart, the American chart, the Canadian chart, whatever chart, there's a million of them. Is it from the American Disability Diabetes Association chart? Is it the blood pressure? Is it the Heart Association? They all have a chart. So yeah, I was very overweight. So people said, well, what can I do? What should I do? I said, I don't know. You gotta talk to your doctor. And I started thinking about the American plan. It used to be really, if they talk about a healthy American plan of diet loss, of weight loss, dieting or whatever, this may be true in other countries as well. Europe, um, Canada. Canada's part of America, really. I guess they're North America. Mexico is whatever. We're all with the name America in our continent and whatever. So I was thinking, what is really the American plan? What do they tell you to do? Well, what do we always hear? Two things. Now it's really three things. Okay, number one, eat less. Number two, exercise more. So these are the two things that we were told since we were really, really young. If someone was fat, if someone was whatever they were going to call it then, plus size, big boned, heavy set, whatever nice word we did for those of us that were fat. I was fat. I am fat. I need to lose some weight. I'm not as fat, but I am fat. And that's what I am. So I'm willing to say that I'm fat. I was morbidly obese. I think right now I consider obese. You can always check your BMI by your height and weight, whatever. There's a chart. You can check BMI. There's a chart. You can take your blood sugar readings and you can check your A1C so you know what you're doing. But I was/am fat. And they always say those two things. If you hear from anyone, hey, oh God, I gotta lose some weight. Well, you know what you need to do. You need to eat less and exercise more. And then people say, and then people research on the internet. In the old days, maybe on AOL search, and then it was Yahoo search, and now it's Google and Bing, whatever search you use, and you come up with what should I do? And there's gonna be two things that they're always going to be on there: eat less, exercise more. Eat less, exercise more. And we also have a huge industry. There's a huge industry in helping us do those two things. There's appetite suppressants. There's these programs I won't mention any names, but some have been around for a long time, some have been a short time. And you notice one thing about them: the ones that are really, really big usually have celebrity endorsement. Now you got to think for a minute. If there was a singer, let's say she was a singer about my age, I'm 61, and she was 140 pounds overweight, and she went on that program, and in 3 months she is now not overweight like that. There's also a very famous African American talk show host. She was very big, got very small, and you got to think. I did the same program. I'm not saying me, but maybe you. I'm doing the same program, but that singer who lost 105 pounds and the African American talk show host who lost 180 pounds, 200 pounds. I didn't lose that much weight. Why is it that they're doing so well? That's because here it is, ding, ding, ding. Don't get mad. They're not on that program. No, they have chefs. They have personal trainers. They have exercise. If they made them go in front of a camera and they're tracked 24 hours a day, like some of these reality shows, and they track them, you would not see them lose that kind of weight. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. It's not true. It's not true. If you watch those, you go, but I love that singer. I love that African American talk show host. I love that man. I love that. Whatever. Well, love them all you want, but it's not true. It's not true. So don't feel discouraged if you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on stuff. They can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars and not have any success, and that's fine because they're not on that. They're being paid to endorse a product. Now, do they use that product? Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Do they only use that product? No. It's not true. Do they only use that program? No, they don't. They don't. So you're going to hear about the American plan, the European plan, whatever this is called, the American plan. I heard this all my life. If someone is heavy, they need to eat less. They need to exercise more. Well, that's great. Okay. There's also diet pills. A lot of money in diet pills. People are taking drugs now, pharmaceuticals that were supposed to only be used for those with diabetes. They said, well, you may lose some weight. And so I said, hey, I don't have diabetes, but I need to lose some weight. What if I can pop some pills and lose that weight? Well, that's okay, I guess, if that's what you want to do. If you want to do that, I don't want to do that. But I would think if I was going to do that, if I was to take it, one of them begins with the letter O, it's very famous right now. If I was to take that letter O medicine and I didn't need it, would I have to take it forever? It's an appetite suppressant. It's causing me to lose weight. What happens if I quit using it? I'm using a drug that I don't need. Is that drug abuse? Perhaps it is. But what do I do if I stop? I stop taking it. And also, how do you know this? Let's say you're going to exercise more, eat a little bit less, or eat better, and you're going to pop pills. Which thing is doing it? Is it you with your dietary improvement? Is it you with your increased exercise? Or is it that pill? How do you track it? How do you know? So the American plan is always these two things: eat less, exercise more. We have so many different things that you can see, especially at New Year's. November, my birthday is November 30th. About a week before my birthday, 2 weeks before my birthday, you're going to start seeing all the gyms advertising all these different exercise equipments you can do at home, 15 minutes a day or whatever. You're going to see those. You can say, hey, if you take this pill, if you drink this drink, or if you eat this bar, or if you eat these pre-made plans that we're going to mail to you, you're going to throw them in your microwave, you're going to only eat those. Maybe you can. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe, what if you're still hungry? How much water do you drink? All these different factors. You can't just drink water because, well, I'll just drink a little extra water. Maybe you can. I do drink extra water, and I know it does fill my stomach, but I can't drink water instead of eating food because I need that protein. I need to run my body. I need that fuel, and that's what that protein and the foods are. So, yes, I want to hydrate. I'm really hot right now. I'm sweating. I turn off all the fans and everything so it would make a lot of noise. But I need to hydrate. I need to eat food. I need to do it. All comes together. So they're all saying these two things: eat less, exercise more. Eat less, exercise more. Supplement it with this pill. Eat this. Instead of eating a meal, eat this meal replacement bar. You'll see some of these meal replacement bars, and they're 140 calories, 180 calories. That's very low. When I was in the hospital, I was eating less than, I think it was like 750 to 900 calories a day because I had to get a lot of weight off so the antibiotics could work properly. I was too heavy, and my body wasn't working well. My vascular system wasn't working as well as it should. It's working a lot better now. There's medicines you can take for that. I have a video. If you're interested, there is a video on supplements. If you have vascular problems, if they say you have a circulation problem, if you look on there, you can see what I did. Also, those of you with neuropathy, one of my biggest videos that's most popular, I think it's video number 4, is all on neuropathy. I've listened to a lot of them. I used to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to put them out there. These videos are going to be out there for people to watch. I really can't. I will put all the videos that I shoot. I'll go ahead and put them in that one, I guess, as well. The list is getting really large. It just got too confusing. Was this a video from the series? So these are just all from the series at this point, except for things like, I filmed a pomegranate tree today. Pomegranates are really good for you, by the way, or good for me. So like I said, this is just about what I do. If you get a urinary tract infection or whatever, or any kind of problems with, your kidneys or urinary, a lot of times you can drink cranberry juice, not cranberry cocktail, not the one that's mixed with sugar, but the real cranberry juice. Where do I buy it? I buy it at Trader Joe's. Does it taste good? No, it's horrible. It's really thick. A lot of people get sick. They get sick. It makes them sick to the. It's really, really powerful, really potent. So that is something that's available. But I do have one, number 4. A lot of people were asking about my neuropathy. I don't get neuropathy anymore because I do that treatment I put in there. It's free. I don't charge for that. If you look for that, some people. I saw one lady who asked her doctor, "Can I try what David does?" She said, "Go ahead." She was spending about $350 a month on pills. Now she spends about $4 a month, $5 a month on what's that's video number 4. But you can just go look by titles. There's one on exercise. There's one on what do I drink, do I get hungry, am I proud of myself? All these different videos, because the thing I found, number one, what is my motivation? I have to get motivated. I need willpower. I need motivation. I need willpower. That's what I need. That's the first step. If I could get that, and I did, I was able to do the program that I did in this series, in this channel. The problem is, if I just started saying, "Oh wait, I eat too many candy bars a week. I'm going to cut down to 3 candy bars. I'm going to have a cheat day. I'm going to eat a lot of candy bars that day, but I'm only going to eat 3 candy bars through the week." That's not really motivation. That's not really willpower. That's a step. If I'm gonna, I only walk 1,000 steps a day. I'm going to try to walk 5,000 steps a day. No, for me, I try to walk at least 10,000 steps 7 days a week. And there is a series on here that you'll see if you want to watch it. It's about my birthday month challenge when I turned 61. That was November 30th, 2022. I turned 61 that month. So what I did is I decided to walk a lot of steps. You'll see it if you want to watch it. It's a ton. It's a ton, miles and miles. And I walked. And I hurt my foot. I fell on my face. I stepped on something. I fell. I found weed. I saw fires. I saw beautiful clouds. I saw hawks. I saw owls. All kinds of good stuff. And it's all in that series. If you want to watch that, it's David's birthday month walking challenge, 30-day challenge. And it's a short month. I wish I had that 31st day. I could have watched a little less, but I did it around filming. I was in a big time music video. I had to film on my actual birthday, so it came down to the wire. I was down to the wire because I knew I wouldn't be able to get that much. I wouldn't be able to walk, 20. I was trying to walk 22,000 steps a day. 22,000. A lot of people say if they can walk, 10,000 steps 3 times a week, or if they can walk 5,000 steps 5 days a week. I was doing more than that per day. What they were doing, like some of them, they were doing in a week. I was doing it in a day. So it was a lot of walking. So back to what I was trying to say. On this, the American plan is to eat less, exercise more. We all know it. Will it work for you? Tap, tap, tap. I don't know. Did it work for me? Yeah, sort of. Yeah. But the first thing I had to do is I had to determine that thing. What is my willpower? What is my willpower? And what is my what is my motivation? My willpower? What did I want to do? Why did I want to do it? So it's not like, hey, I know I have to go on a filming set and I'm going to be shirtless and I'll be wearing shorts. Well, I don't want to be fat, and I look fat for that. I don't want to be too pale. You can see I'm really pale. I don't want to be so pale that it blinds the cameraman when the sun hits me. Camera person, I'm sorry, or we can't even say camera. Can we say person? I don't know. It could be a man, a woman, a they, or, a non-gender, non-binary, whatever they want to call themselves. Whatever they identify as, they operate a camera. So camera operator. The camera operator, I don't want to blind them. But that's not motivation. Oh, I'm going to go on a trip. Excuse me. It's all this air conditioning hot. Now I don't have the air conditioning on, no fan. But what I'm saying is that that's not the kind of motivation that works. A lot of people say, well, just put a picture of a really big buffed up guy like in Men's Health or GQ magazine, put that in your refrigerator. You'll see like, oh, I better not work. I better not eat that ice cream. Or a woman in a bikini for going to her trip to Hawaii or getting married or that kind of stuff. That's stupid. Yes, because a lot of those are airbrushed, photoshopped, or whatever they want to say nowadays that they did to that photo. Some of them are real. Some of them have had work done. If they have some fat taken out and silicone put in or whatever it is, or whatever they put in nowadays, saline or whatever they want to do, and pad this and put this and Botox that, and suck that fat out and do. Okay, there's a lot of that goes on. So what I'm saying is this: you got to find your motivation. That's number one, and that's probably gonna be true for you too. And the kind of motivation I'm talking about is not, I want to lose a little weight because my neighbor's 8-year-old said, "Hey, fatty, 2x4, you can't get through the bathroom door, so you did it on the floor." No. If someone yells, "Hey, elephant," and you're the only one there, they're probably talking about you. Or, "Hey, it's Shamu." You probably, was everyone a dress? You wear a circus tent, all that stupid stuff. It's okay to bash fat people. I'm not saying that. The world says that. They think it's funny. Fat shaming is hilarious, they think. So anyway, and it's still used. But that's not the motivation. You need to take the garden hose and spray the kid. "Get out of here, you kid. Get off my lawn." Whatever. But that's not the kind of motivation I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of motivation I think I'm talking about. You're 45 years old. Right now you're 80 pounds overweight. You're 40 years old, let's say. And your son or daughter's about to get married or whatever, in your 40s, let's say 45, 50. And your kids are going to get married and they're going to have a kid. Do you want to be there to see that kid? I'm not talking about they live in Georgia and you live in Arizona. I'm talking about, do you want to be alive? That's the motivation. Do you want to be alive? Do you want your leg cut off? Do you want to go blind? Do you want your kidneys to fail? Do you want to have a stroke, heart attack? That's the motivation. Like I said before, I don't check my weight very often. I don't check, usually the 1st and the 15th is plenty, because I don't really care about that number. I don't measure my waist. Hey, do you have to tie two measuring tapes together to go around you? Yeah, maybe I do. Who knows? I don't know. People are going to bash you. They're going to say things about you. They're talking behind your back. I guarantee you, your best friend talking behind your back. Don't be paranoid. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not talking about you behind your back. They are. "Wow, he's so fat, Susan. God, I can't believe it. She's got to be 400 pounds. 400? I bet she's closer to 5. No. Well, she's kind of tall. Maybe she is 500 pounds. They're talking about you. They are. And people say things, "Oh, you can't eat that. You're on a diet. You're on a diet." I always say, "No, I'm not. We're all on a diet. If you eat food, you're on a diet, right? You can't eat that. Oh, it's such a shame. You have a pretty face. You're so fat." What is it trying to say? Hey, your face ain't too bad, but boy, you're sure a fat person. You wouldn't be as ugly as you are if you lost weight. It's none of their business. It's none of their business. Don't let them get, "Oh, I don't think you've lost any weight." If you're really heavy, it's not going to show at first. It's not going to show at first. It's gradual. You didn't put the weight on 60 pounds at a time, 100 pounds at a time, whatever the number that you're overweight. Take the number that you think you're overweight. Talk to your doctor, whatever, and take that number and say, "Wow, was there one day I was 135 pounds and the next day I was 195 pounds? No. So if you're 195 pounds right now, you're not going to be 135. It's like people will say things like, "Oh, well, I don't want to get old." Well, what's the alternative? You're living, you get old. Don't get old, you're dead. So what I'm trying to say is this: they're going to say things, they're going to talk about you, they're going to laugh at you, they're going to say you can't do, "Oh, you're always on a diet, this is not going to work for you." And I'm not telling you what to do. Remember this, I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm saying is, if you want to try some of the things I've done that I found successful for myself, ask your doctor. I got to wrap this up because it's getting long on my light. I'm using my, I'll take it down. I'm using my T-Mobile Tuesday light here, and I have it hooked to a thing of lotion next to me, and it was put up pretty good light now. It only takes a second to charge. I got it for free on T-Mobile Tuesday. You go and you get a free thing if you have T-Mobile. I'm not endorsing T-Mobile, but we got these, and it was completely dead. And I plugged it in when we shot another video for an acting role. That's part of the strike. Should we have to film ourselves for our own audition? Should we have to get props? Should we have to get a puppy dog? If they say, "Hey, we want you to play a guy that has a puppy dog," should I have to go and hold my puppy dog and say, "Here's a puppy dog"? I don't know. It's part of the strike. But you plug it in, it works. So anyway, don't get discouraged. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. You can't let them win. You can't let them win. You're probably fat. If you're watching this, good chance you're fat. or unhealthy. Maybe you have problems with your knees because you're carrying too much weight. Maybe you have too much cholesterol. Maybe you have too much fat. Maybe you have too much. Maybe your blood pressure is too high. Maybe your blood pressure is too high. Your blood sugar is too high. Maybe you're high triglycerides. Maybe you have something wrong. But most of the people that go to my channel usually have a problem. But they'll ask me, tell me 2 things to do. I'm going to tell you the 2 things that America tells you to do. That the Surgeon General, that all these people are saying, eat less, exercise more. Is it right? I don't know. It's definitely not the answer to everything. No. For me, it was not the answer. Did I know what to do? Yes, I knew what to do. Did I do it? No, I did not do it. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I had to find a way to force myself, get myself out there to do it. And I did. I found my motivation. I didn't want to be dead. I want to be alive. I want to make movies. I want to drive my classic car. There's things about my classic car. I want to walk my rescue pets. I want to do all that stuff. I want to spend time with my family. So that was my motivation. I didn't put a picture of whoever we always say Brad Pitt. They probably used to say, yeah, you put a picture of Frank Sinatra, of Gary Cooper, of whatever handsome fellow there, it's a good-looking guy in great shape. You put up there George Clooney. No, I didn't want to be any of those guys. I met a couple of them. They're pretty nice, but I don't want to be those guys. No, I want to be healthy. So the numbers I look at are my labs. I don't weigh myself that often. I don't measure myself that often because I don't care. I just don't care. You can tell me that I'm fat and I'll say, yep, you're right. There's a lot of things people can call me and I'll be okay with. Some of them I would not be okay with. We're going to have a problem. But if it's, David, you're fat, yeah, you're right. Look at this. I still admit that I don't know how to get rid of this thing. I've been looking at exercise for this thing. You could put this thing in your mouth, you chew, it's supposed to take away I don't know. There's a lot of things. I ain't got no hair, all kinds of stuff going on. But my motivation was I didn't want to be dead. They want to be dead. So if you think you might one day be a grandparent and you want that kid to come over and visit, Grandma, run in or whatever it is, or maybe now it's Grandma, who knows. But if you want them to come see you, if you want to see your grandchild, they run up and they show you their drawings, they mail you things you put on the refrigerator, and you want to do that, but rather than have them hop in the car and put flowers on your grave. Or there'll be a little Christmas tree on your tombstone. It's very cute. They'll put a tombstone. Here they go, Grandma, and they put a Christmas tree. Adorable. Very, very sad. That's sad. That makes me cry. Don't do that. Don't do that. Find your motivation. Find your willpower. Ask me questions. Right down there in the questions thing. I'm not pointing out my whatever down there. I'm not sitting on the toilet. I'm not pointing. But anyway, right there. Ask questions. Ask me questions, and I'll gladly answer. Tell me what you're doing. How are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me what's your plan. You should have your own videos. Here, David, here's a video I made, and I'm going to watch your video. I'm going to give you a thumbs up that you're trying, and hopefully it works for you. Hopefully it works. This is a monetized channel. Please subscribe. Please share. I'm not asking you to send any money. I don't charge for anything. Number 4 is the neuropathy thing. A lot of people found that good. I think before that is the supplements. It's called What's Up, and it's all about the supplements I take. I take a lot of supplements. I take very few pharmaceuticals. Very few pharmaceuticals. And you probably know which pharmaceuticals I take because you probably know the conditions I have. But it's all on there. It's on the ask questions and ask your doctor, your pharmacist, or whoever it is that you need to ask before you do any of the things that I do on here. Okay, some of the things I do, you're supposed to do, drink water, get some sleep, drink some water, eat some food. Okay, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. I have a new manager, so they're going to be fixing this one up. I don't know how long he takes. The other manager would usually take between 1 and 3 days. We'll see what this one does. Hopefully the new manager is good because I want to build a channel. So if you want to subscribe, please do so. If you haven't already, if you want to like it, please like it. If you want to share it, please share it. This is going to get a little bit bigger. Hopefully we can, as I grow it, I can get some sponsorships of different products that I can endorse. I do endorse a few things on here. If you look at that, there's a chicken place here that's in town that's really good. And there's I also did one for a grinder, a shop. They call them the grinders. Some people call them subs. Some people call them, everything, all heroes, all these different names for sandwiches, depending on where you are. But that's on the two. So anyway, sorry for rambling on so long, but remember, find your motivation. Find your motivation. What's your willpower. Why are you not wanting to be fat? If you're fat right now, and the majority of you that watch this you're fat, why don't you want to be fat? Why don't you want to do it? It's easy. It's comfortable. They call it comfort food for a reason. Why do you not want to be fat? Yeah, that's part of the first step. Yes, part of the first step. Why don't you want to be fat? If it's all about the way you look, it's probably not going to work. But why do you not want to be fat? What is it? What is it that you don't want to be fat anymore? I don't want to be fat anymore. Why? No one ever asks that question, do they? Does anybody ever ask you that question? Man, I'm fat. I don't want to look in the mirror. Wow, I'm really fat. I don't want to be fat anymore. Nobody will say, why? Why don't you want to be fat? We already know. Now we got to figure out, why do we not want to be fat? What is my motivation to no longer be fat? And what am I going to do about it? We always just jump to what am I going to do about it first. Eat less, exercise more. We always jump there. Take a pill. Eat a bar. Drink a energy drink or a meal replacement drink. We always jump to what am I going to do about it? We don't determine ourselves. We don't determine to ourselves, why don't we want to be fat? Why don't you want to be fat? What's your motivation to change? What's your willpower? Only you can answer that. Have a great weekend.